So here you can see text view related thing in design view. So when I'm selecting this text view, no, so text, so you can see lot of other options we have related to text. Okay, so previously we don't have this many things, so we need to do separately when we are using the older versions. But nowadays, no, so everything they have made it, and so they have written complete code for that. So you no need to write the validations and all in depth. So directly you can choose the type when you are creating the layouts. Okay, so text view, directly you can use the text view. So if you want, you can drag and drop and see. Okay, so I think I'm using relative layout, so that's why. Okay, fine. Let me show it. So here you can see the text view, how it will be looks like. So if you want, you can see the code also. Text view. Yeah, here you can see text view. Let me put this also in the linear layout so that to demonstrate. Okay, so I'm removing these XY coordinators. Okay, so here you can see the text view. Okay, so if you are using text view, you can mention text, whatever text you want to show, so that you can mention. Okay, so directly if you want to write the code, so you need to write something like this. So here we mentioned wrapped content, so that's why the width is something different. You can see the wrap content I am using, so that's why the size is very small. I am using match parent, so automatically the size will get increased. Okay, similarly we have plain text. Okay, this related to, so when you are copying this plain text, that will consider as a edit text. Okay, so if you want to enter something, we need to use this edit text only, that is plain text. Okay, so it will accept you to add the values. I mean, so it will allow you to type the entries. Okay, so this is about edit text. Okay, so here we are saying plain text. Okay, then you can have password. Okay, so if you want to give some password related things, you can use this password. Okay, so if you choose this password as your input type text, okay, so here you can see when you are typing the values, so it will show in the star symbols, something like this, either dots or stars kind of. Okay, so it will not show, I mean, the whatever text you are entering now, so it will not allow you to see, I mean, it will be the hidden characters, something like either stars or dots. Okay, then we have password numeric. So if you are taking this password numeric now, so it will accept only the numbers. Okay, numeric characters. Okay, it will not accept you to enter the alphabets. Similarly, we have the email. Okay, so if you are trying to give this email as a edit field, so if you want to take the email ID in your screen, okay, you want to store in the email ID, so then you can use this email ID. Okay, so you need to go to text and you can drag and drop the email. Okay, so when someone is entering some characters, no, so by default it will validate it, so whether they are entering email ID or not. Okay, so similarly we have phone number and postal address and multi-text, multi-line text. So mainly when we are typing about talking about this address and all, no, so we need to consider the multi-line text. So we need to take the multi-line text, so that time the multi-line text attribute is very useful. Okay, then we have time. Okay, so just I'm keeping most of the entries in the screen, and I'll show you with the, I mean, I'll execute it and I'll show you once. Okay, so here you can see most of the things are showing red color because we kept outside the linear layout. Let me put it in the linear layout so that the errors will get resolved directly. Okay, fine. So now we don't have any others, everything is in the linear layout. Okay, so when we are putting in the linear layout, we need to specify this XY coordinates also. Let me remove that. Next one. Okay, let me execute this. So I'm not specifying properly, so just I have dragged and dropped out, and I'm using linear layout, so everything we are able to see there. You can see which screen it is. So this is main layout. So I have made the changes in some other document. Anyway, we'll see how it is. Okay. So this one is getting installed. Just wait for a while. Where is the page stopped? Okay. So this one is stopping because some corrections we made it. So that is an existing document. Let me put in the other document so that so already we have some errors in this. So that's why it is not allowing you to execute it. I think I need to so deleting this and I will use this linear layout. Just a second, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, sorry guys. So let me continue this. Main layout. Where is my layout? Yes. Okay, let me comment this existing code. I'm commenting this so that we can reuse it later. Otherwise, I'll create one more layout. Yeah, so I'll create one more layout. Yes, I'll copy paste this. So activity main 2. So I'm doing activity main 2, and I need to change the configuration file. In Java class, I need to change the configurations. Okay, let me open this main activity. I'm pointing the activity main to Excel. Okay, so here, whatever changes you want to do, you can do that. Like this, and let me add this linear layout directly. So instead of typing, yeah. So let me add this. Whatever elements you want. Okay, so linear layout, and I'm adding this text. So plain text. text. So just directly I'm copying it. So we'll see what and all we are using it. Phone number, multi-line text, postal address. Randomly I'm taking it. Okay. Some things, no. So when we are talking about date and time now, so we need to do some text and all. We need to write in Java. Okay. And check text view. Okay. So text input layout. Question request from Google. Okay. So some material related things we need to add for this. Anyway, so I'm done with this copy pasting. Just I drag and drop off. So I'm executing this. You can see the output how it will be. So the existing one. Installation successful. Okay. And if you can work in layout. Okay. So where are we? So I'm doing this main activity file, layout file, activity main 2 and configured activity main 2. Fine. Okay. So here you can see. So installation successful. The text view. The first one is plain text, and so here you can see this is edit text. By default, I have mentioned this text, so that's why it is showing that name. Okay, you can type whatever you want to type. Okay, and then we have some other things. The password one. So you can see when I'm typing. So by default, it is converting into password characters. Okay, and then so when I'm trying to type this alphabets, it is not accepting. When I'm trying to type the numbers, it is accepting. Okay, so it's about password numerics. Okay, what else we have? Let me keep side by side so that we can see. Okay, fine. And these other things. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So next we have something like characters or something. Password, phone number, and maybe postal address. So when I'm trying to submit that, it will be validating that email ID and all. Okay. So this one, no, phone number, and then we have the postal address or multi-line text. I think. Yeah, this is multi-line text. So when you can type a number of lines. Okay. So that is about multi-line text, and then what else we have? I think this one is postal address, and then yeah, this is date and time, so it will accept only numerical values, and this formatting and all we need to write in the Java. Okay, so it will accept only AM and PM text, so only you can mention AM and PM. Okay, so you can't type any other things. So when even if you type also, it will not accept the other characters, only AM, PM, and some numbers. Okay, so by default we'll get some validation. Okay, rest we can do with the help of code. Okay, so like this we can do the text related operations. So we have the different options to perform the text. Okay, so you can explore more in the detail. So when you are trying to write the code now, so you get the exact picture. So you try to do some basic examples something like username, so registration kind of thing, so that you will get the exact picture. I mean, exact idea. Okay, so if I am explaining, so there is no use only explaining. So you try your own at home, so you'll get the best practice. Okay, so this is about text, and what else we have? Text fields, and then we have radio buttons and all. Anyway, so I'll show you this view class. Okay, so these all are view groups. Okay, so this all will be view group is a subclass of view, and whatever elements we have now, so that everything comes under view group. Okay, subclass of view group. So mainly this radio group and in the previous class, yeah. So this button, text field, radio buttons, toggle buttons, checkbox, pinners, and image switches. So this and all will comes under view. Okay, and here you can see radio group. So that will come under view group. Okay, so something like that. So here you can see the view life cycle. So in view, we have subclass of view group, and we have subclass of text, analog clock, progress bar, image view, and surface view. And here you can see the view group have a subclass of frame layout, linear layout, relative layout, edit text, buttons, checkboxes. So these things, this will be comes under text view. Okay, so only frame layout, linear layout, relative layout comes with comes under view group. Okay, date picker, time picker, calendar, so comes with a frame layout again. So just you go through this image. So I'll upload this. Actually, I said I'll upload all the content in the Google Classroom, but I'm not able to do that yesterday. So today I'll upload it without this. Okay. So after the class, I will upload all the PPTs and whatever example codes. I mean, whatever code we tried in the whatever examples we tried. No, so everything I'll upload in the Google Classroom. Okay. So this you can go through this. Okay, so different views, as I said, so we have, so here we have some sample view. Okay, so here you can see text view, we have edit text view, and we have checkbox. So checkboxes means whenever you want to give some um, tick mark kind of thing. So if you want to allow user to uh, mark it as a enable or disable or something like that, you can mark, you can use this checkbox. And similarly, we have the radio button. Okay, so the main difference with the checkbox and radio buttons, no? So if you want to give the multiple options to select, so if users has to select the multiple options, the best choice is checkbox. And if user needs to select single value, okay, something like so from so whether you are a guest user or the admin, so only one option we can choose, right? So that way we can use this radio buttons. Okay, so mainly when filling these forms, no, so it will ask you to choose this male, female, or something like that. Okay, so that time you can use this radio buttons. Okay, and the mainly when, so checkbox best example I can say, are you graduate or postgraduate? So both, then you can choose the both options, right? So that way you can use this checkboxes. And image view, so we can use the image view. So wherever you want to present some image in your screen, no, so you can use this image button or image view. Okay, okay, then we have the date picker. So date picker, you can see you can present some calendar to pick the calendar images. Okay, then we have the image view. So if you want to view the okay, so image view and button. Okay, so today's task, so I'm going to give you, so just you take a screenshot of this. So you need to create something like this. So if not exactly, so if you want, you can give the username, passwords and all, and then you can also simple login screen. So anyway, for login screen already we have the template, but so better you need to add some images, and even I want to add the radio buttons and checkboxes in that screen. Okay, so date picker and time picker, so anyway for now not required. So you need to add the username, password, and then you need to add the checkboxes, and you need to use the radio buttons and button, even image view also. Okay, these things we need to use, and so you need to design the screens, something like this. Okay, so that is the task for today. Okay, so if you want to write the coding also, you can do, it's not a problem. So mainly I want you to design the screen. Okay, then so how to design that XML? So here we have the text view for each element. So how to design this? So for text view, so this is the code. So you can use a different layout styles and all. So the for text we can use this. Just a second, guys. Okay, and so this is about text view. You can see. So what are the different attributes we have? So you can mention the color, shadow color we can mention, style we can mention, and text. So normally whatever text you want to display, so that you can mention, and text color, text size. Okay. So this all we can specify using the text attributes. Okay, then we have the edit text. Okay, so edit text now, so mainly we have this by default we will, for every element by default we will get this width and height, that is mandatory, and input type. So input type you can mention, so whatever type you want to mention, so that you can mention. Hint means, so when you're seeing the screen, so by default it will show you some text. Okay, so that will be in blur. Okay, when you want to type something, once you put your cursor in the screen in the particular text view, so it will get disappear. Okay, so that is hint. Okay, then we have the size. So this one already we discussed. Okay, so you can mention the color, size, hint, input type, and you can mention the style, you can mention the color. So those things you can mention. So whatever we discussed, no, same thing we are showing here. So in terms of text, we have the different options like this. Okay. So this is about text view or edit text. Okay, so these are the different options we have for the text elements. And coming to edit text attributes. So I said no, some attributes. So by default ID, so capitalize. So if you want to mention all the text, whatever you are typing, no. So if you want to make it as a capital text, so that you can do using the capitalized text. Okay, and then cursor visible. So if you want to make your edit text cursor is visible, so that you can make it, or if you want to hide, you can make it false. Okay, so editable. So editable also you can mention. So if you don't want users to edit the text, okay, that way also you can restrict using the editable. Okay, so if you set to true, so it will be allow. So if you not specify anything, so by default it is the editable one. So if you want to restrict, we need to mention editable false. Okay, so that user can't edit the text view. Okay. Font family, so you can mention the font family, and so you can mention the gravity, so for the alignment purpose, and you can mention the hint. So just for easy identification purpose, you don't need to put the labels under, directly you can mention in the text view itself. Okay, then input type, so you can mention which type of data you are expecting with that field, so that it will accept only those characters, just like as I shown in the example, no. So if you want to accept the username or email ID or phone number or password, so those things you can specify here. Okay, max height, so you can also mention the maximum height of the text view. So sometimes when we are trying to enter the multi-line text and all, no, so the size will get increased. So we can mention, we can restrict that using this max height and min height and all. Okay. So here we have some more. Yeah, as I said, min height and min width, and input type password, phone number, and text. Text all caps. You can make it false or true or false. And text color you can mention, and text color hint. Okay. So even the hint color also you can mention, and text is selectable. Okay. So if you want to allow the user to select the text, so mainly when we are filling this banking details and all, no, when once you enter that, I mean, so normally it will ask, suppose if you want to transfer some money to some particular person, so it will ask you to fill the bank account number twice. Okay, so it will not allow you to copy in some banks, because so once you enter the wrong entries and same thing you are copy pasting, so it will restrict them and they will confirm the number, whichever number you are typing, whatever numbers you are typing the bank account number, so that they want to confirm both the numbers are same or not. Okay, so that's why using this copy paste option, so you can restrict this. Okay, so text size, text style, and type of face. Okay, so these things and all you can do with the help of text view attributes. Okay, so here we have the next one is button. Okay, so button we have mainly we are using when we are trying to submit or reset most of the cases. Okay, so submit in the sense, so instead of submit we can use that something like login or register, something like that. Okay, so by default width and height, as I said, so that is mandatory, compulsory. And then we have this ID. So using ID only we are proceeding the entries. Okay, then we have the type. So sorry, text. So whatever name you want to mention, so that you can put in the name of text. Okay, so here we have some code to perform this button saving. So what are we doing? So button declaration in the code. Okay, so how to define the button. Okay, so here you can see button find view by ID. Already we used this code r.id.button. So we are assigning the button variable. Okay, so we have created local button here, button, and then we are assigning that values. We are taking the values by ID, and that values we are assigning to the local variable button. Okay, then we are setting the unclick listener. So when we are writing this code, no, so we are saying that, so we are setting on-click listener. So we are giving some task. So we are checking that whether someone is clicking that button. So once it is clicked, no, so we are saying that this operation should perform. Okay. That operations we need to write in the particular method, that is on-click. Okay, so this way we can write the on-click listener for the button to the button. So in this, any doubts? So if you want, I'll pass this code also. How to write on-click listeners. So anyway, I'll share this complete PPTs with you today. Okay, and this is about buttons. And then we have different attributes for the button. So we have auto text. This attribute got some common spelling errors. Okay, so you can make it auto text. Okay, drawable button and drawable right, editable, and we have text and background. So content description, and we have the ID and on click and visible. Okay. So on click method we can do in the XML also. Okay, directly you can write some method in the Java code, and that method we can call using this on click in XML. Okay, so on click we can do 3 ways. Okay, so 2 ways in Java and 1 in XML. Okay, so directly you can specify on click method in the XML itself, and directly you can do that. you need to call the particular method. So that we can do. And visible, so same like text. So how we can specify visible or hide, and visible, gone, invisible, visible, invisible, and gone. Okay, so these are the different attributes for the button. Okay, then we have, so anyway, I'll show you some examples for this also. Okay, so then we have the event listener. So that is not this one, no. Actually, this is not related to the UI elements. So this is event listeners. When I said this on-click listener, okay, so that is a particular event when someone is clicking, no, that is the event. Okay, so we are saying that the event listener. Okay, we are saying that when someone is clicked, no, so we should listen that and we should perform some operation. So that's what they're saying here. So event listener. Okay, we have different on-click listeners, on-click, on-touch, on-scroll, okay, on-select. So we have different listeners. Okay, so you can see some examples we have. Most used event handlers. Okay, one is on-click and on-touch. Okay, so mainly an example on-click is submit button. Okay, so on-touch. So on-touch is mainly we are using in the gallery. So when we are scrolling, okay, so you want to select multiple images. Okay, so when you touch now, by default it will get select, and so it will give you some mark. I mean, so the border and all. So it will say that so you have selected something like that. So for that we are using on touch, and mainly we are using on click for the buttons. Okay, so here we have the example for the on click listener. Okay, so you can see button dot set on click listener. Okay, so button already as I said, so we need to get the button and we need to uh, assign the particular ID. Okay, then we need to set the on click listener. Okay, so let me show you the example so that you will get a clear picture what I'm going to explain. So this one, no, this is fine anyway. So here we didn't return any code, so you can just drag and drop, and you can do whatever changes you want to do. Okay, so here I'm deleting all the entries, and one more thing. So actually, so I thought to explain later. Okay, so for every element, whatever attributes we are dragging and dropping here, no, so here directly we can change the attributes. Okay, so in the UI itself, you no need to go to text every time. Okay, so this is the one of the main advantage. So in previously we don't have this option, so we used to have this option in the iOS only. Okay, iOS application development using Xcode. Okay, so mainly for iOS we used to use the Xcode tool. So for Android, how we are using this Android Studio, no? For iOS, we used to use this Xcode. Okay, so there we have this kind of options like this attributes. Directly you can change the attributes. So from by seeing iOS application development, so they have Android also started introducing this kind of options. Okay, so you no need to change the attributes in the XML file. So directly you can change the attributes here itself. So here you can see. So suppose I have chosen this edit text. Okay. So let me check this. So here you can see one is width is match parent and height is wrap content. Okay. For this edit text 3. Okay. So when I'm clicking this, by default it will point to this edit text 3, and here you can change the attributes. You can see here. So just you need to click the attributes. So if you want to disable, you can disable, and if you want to change see the attributes, you can enable the attributes window. Okay, so by clicking this attribute window, you can see edit text. Even if you want to change the ID, you can change it here itself. Okay. This way you can change the ID, and similarly you can change the different attributes. Okay, so if you want to match parent, so width as so as of now we have width as match parent. So I want to make it wrap content, so I can do the attributes itself. Okay, when I'm changing here, so by default it is getting effect here, you can see. So for now we have wrap content, and even here we have wrap content. If you want to change this match parent, now you can see this is got changed. Okay, so this way you can change the attributes. Even you can change the EMs, and so that is number of characters and ID and input type. So you input type also, if you want, you can change. Okay, so these are the different attributes we have. And yeah, layout, this is next layout we have. So that is match parent or wrap content, input type, and style you can specify. So if you want to make it multi-line or single line, that you can specify. Okay, so like this we have a number of attributes. You can use the whatever you want to change. Even you can change the background also. Okay, like this. Let's see in the UI, by default it is reflecting here. So when I'm changing the background color, okay, so next you need to choose this color, then click it outside. By default it will get reflect. Even you can, if you want to put the images, you can do that. Okay, so if you want to see that layout background, yeah. So we have a lot of elements, that's why we are not able to see that. So let me put this in different. Okay, so anyway, so you got idea, right? So this way you can change the attributes. You no need to type the entire code. So if I explained this attributes initial now, so you are not focusing, no one will focus on this code. So that's why I didn't set these attributes before. Okay, so this is the time to make it easy. Actually, by changing attributes is easy. So instead of writing code. Okay, so in the beginning sessions I said, so you no need to have in-depth knowledge in XML. Okay, so just you need to know the syntax. Why? Because everything we can do with the help of dragging and dropping, and at the same time, so you can do the changes using this attributes window. Okay, so you no need to have the much knowledge on the XML for this. Okay, so here we have the lot of attributes you can explore, and if you got any doubts, you can ask me. Even so I said no, on click you can do in the XML itself. So here you can write the particular method. So whatever methods, but that method, whatever operations, whatever function you want to call, so that you can, you need to write in the Java class. So instead of saying function, so I can say method. Yeah, whatever method you want to call, so that you can write it here. Okay, fine. So this is about attributes. As I said, padding. So here you can see margin padding, left, right, and all you can specify here. Okay. So by default, it is taking entire parent. So complete padding. So if you want to give this padding start, left, top, end, right, so this and all, you can specify padding. So that is, so if you want to give this 10, 20, so whatever you want to give, that you can specify here. Padding left 20 dp. So we need to use dp. Okay, like this. Similarly, you can give the top, bottom, right, and then password, phone number. So if you want to specify the whatever text box you are trying to use, so that you want to make it as a password, so you can change it. And if you want to make it enable the phone number, so that you can make it. And so pointer icon. So everything you can do with the help of attributes. Okay, it's about layout. Sorry, UI element attributes. Okay, so here you can see a lot of other things also we have. So you can go through this. Okay, and so let me continue this other things. Yeah, so I said I'll show you the example, right? So I'll take only 2 buttons, so 2 edit text and 1 button. So let me delete rest all. So I want to give some plain text, so that is edit text, and I want to view this one more. Let me paste. Okay. So edit text, the name ID I'm giving, name, So I'll make it first name and then first name and last name. Okay, so I want to add one button here. Let's copy one button below that. Okay. I think I'll add one more button. Okay. So I have two buttons and I want to make it simple UI. So layout, instead of vertical, I want to make it horizontal. And let me close this layout. Okay. So now I have this width, that's very fine, and height I want to make it wrap cut. What is allow? So let me show you this vertical fine. Vertical, okay, fine. Not extra. So now you can see the simple UI. Okay. So here I have two names, two edit text and two buttons, but here it is showing only one button. So let me change that UI attributes. So this one, why it is showing one? Yeah, so here you can see I have mentioned width as match parent. So that's why I'm not able to see the other button. Okay, when I'm changing to wrap content, the second button is showing, but that one is showing entire screen which is occupying. Why? Maybe I have mentioned match parent. So yes, I have mentioned match parent. So that's why this one is occupying, trying to occupy entire screen. Okay. So now I made it. Both are wrap content, and I want to make some text change. I'm changing here. This side. And this one I want to make it submit. Okay, so this one I want to make it center align. Okay, so how I can do that? Visibility, visible, orientation, vertical, gravity. Yes. So gravity I want to make it center. So the entire screen is occupied in the center. Why? Because I have given this instead of giving this layout, I have given the other layout. Okay, let me remove that. Okay, still taking a center, change it and apply. Okay, so now you can see entire thing got changed. So I want to give this buttons center. It means I need to choose this layout first, and then I need to give this gravity center. Now you can see this is occupying center, and now so in between these two buttons I need to have some gap. Okay, what I need to do? So I need to specify the margin. So instead of putting both the buttons, anyway, so you guys got idea. So let me put it here only. Margin. So I'll give 5 dp. Okay. So 5 dp I got it, and in the middle I want to give this some 5 dp margin. So if you want, you can change in the attributes column, or you can also change the XML. Okay, and for second button also I'll give margin as 5 dp, so that look and feel will be good. Okay, fine. So here I want to give some hint also, because it is showing first name. Sorry, just it is showing name. Okay, so I want to change it to hint. So I don't want to keep it as a text. So if I mention text now, So it will consider it as a complete text. So I don't want that text. I want to make it hint. Okay. First name. Similarly, for the second one, I want to give the hint. Instead of name text, I want to give the hint. Here you can see it is. So let me show you this example. So how the UI is looking like. Then we will try to modify if required. Okay. This is what we designed so far. So for this screen. Okay. So if I want to give some margin for these two buttons also, two layouts, no. So directly I can give the margin or padding for this linear layout, so that it will occupy. So it will apply to the entire screen. Okay. So let me go to this linear layout. I'm giving margin is 10 dp. Margin I have given, and it is fine. Gradability is running for a while. Now you can see the entire screen is giving this. So here you can see the margins. Okay, so this you can do. So now what I want to do. So when I'm clicking this submit button, so I want to show this text. So whatever text I have entered in this, no, so that I want to show in the pop-up or else in the toast message. And then we have one more reset button. When I'm pressing this reset button, so these two text views data should get removed. Okay, so this how we can do with these two text, I mean, so two buttons. So when I'm submitting, so I want to show this text. Okay, it's either in the alert box or you can show in the toast message. Okay, then we have the reset button. When I'm pressing the reset, so this data should get removed. Okay. Fine. Let me show you the code how we can do. So first I need to declare the buttons. Okay, buttons and text boxes. So where I can get the details. Let me open this. So I need to get the IDs first. Based on that ID, I need to find the ID. The button 2, and this is button. Okay, I'll put this IDs also. Submit. And this one. Reset. Okay, so just I changed the IDs. Okay, even for this also I need to put the ID. Yeah, already have it. So two IDs, one is first name and one is last name. So let me copy this IDs. To edit text we have. Let me. So for edit text, I need to declare two. One is submit button and submit button and reset button. Okay, so these two are declared. Then now I am going to specify these two. How I need to assign the values. Okay, submit button equals to how I can get the IDs. Find view by ID r dot ID dot. What is the ID for the submit button? Submit. This is what we have written, right? So you can see in the XML file again. Where is the button? Yeah, submit. So this ID. Okay. So this is the submit button ID. So I'm taking submit the button and I'm giving here. Fine. So similarly, we need to get the reset button also. The help of find view by ID r dot r dot ID dot reset. Reset. So format we need to follow. Then similarly, I need to get the sorry, these two are buttons. Sorry, I did a mistake. Sorry. Okay, these two are buttons. Okay, the edited text IDs should be first name, comma, second name. So to edit text. So we should be very careful. Okay, when we are mentioning edit text, so we need to declare the edit text values. And similarly, buttons. If we are mentioning buttons, we need to mention the button. The same way we can assign the dot. Okay, so you can see submit button and first name and last name values also I need to write something like this. We need to assign first name equals to find view by ID r dot ID dot first name. So where is the first name? First name. Here we can see find view by ID r dot ID dot last. Okay. So whatever elements, whatever attributes we are trying to get this, I mean, the elements want to perform something, definitely should write this way. Okay, we need to specify the, we need to create the local variable, need to declare, then we need to assign the values by getting the ID. Okay, then we need to proceed the further stuff. Okay, so far we assign the values and now we need to set the on-click listeners. Okay, how we can do? So the same local variable we need to take dot set on-click listener we need to do, and then on-click listeners. So by default we'll get some code. You can also write on-click also. Yeah, so let me show you some more attributes. Here you can see set on-click listener we have, set on long click. Okay, on touch we have. Similarly, we have some other things. Mainly when we are talking about these buttons, no, these three are missing. Okay, so you can set the text directly. We can change the other elements also. Okay, so set on click listener. Okay, so let me copy this instead of writing the entire thing. Paste it. Okay, so this one I need to replace. Okay, so let me put it in the format. So on click listener, so we need to import that class. So on click listener is not imported, so that's why it's showing. You need to can't resolve the symbol on click. So just you need to click the import class. Okay, so you can see whatever method you are using. So based on that, we choose it on click listener. Okay. So this one everything is fine. If you want to change the text, as you do. So this one is not our text view, so that's why it's showing something. Okay, submit button. Anyway, so instead of showing that, so directly I'll say that submit button click. Okay, so instead of submit button, so when I executed no, so here it is showing submit button. So directly I am setting the text button click. When I click that button, so it is saying that the text directly it is going to change the text as button click. So whatever we are saying in this, no, so instead of submit button, it will show button click. Okay. Similarly, I will put other text button also. That is reset button. So when I'm clicking reset button, so both the text views, first name and second name, both the text should set the whatever data we entered. First name dot set text. So you can see set text to empty. Similarly for the second one. This one is not required. So are you following right? So what I'm trying to do here? Okay. So let me explain you. So I have two text views, that is edit text. So I can enter the value. And when I'm clicking the submit button, no, so I don't have any other activity, and so I'm not doing any other operations. No, so just I'm changing this button clicked. Okay. So if you want to submit this data, okay, so whatever first name and second name data you want to send it to some other screens and all, no, so that you can do it here. But for now, so just I'm saying that button click, and when I'm clicking this reset button, I'm saying that so both the entries in the text boxes, whatever data I have entered, no, so that I'm making empty. So just I'm resetting these text boxes. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to do. So what I'm doing for that operation. So first I have declared local variables I have created. Okay, then so I have assigned the values by find view by ID. So with the help of ID, so I'm assigning, and then I'm saying that on click listeners. Okay, I'm setting on click listeners to this button, and when I'm clicking the button, so what it should happen, so that I have written here. Okay, fine. So this is on create. Okay, so everything I'm writing in uncreate only. Okay, fine. So let me execute code. So here you can see when I'm clicking the submit button. Okay, so now you can see button click. Okay, when I'm resetting, so this data should get empty. Okay, so we don't have any data. So whatever we are seeing now, that is hint. So when I'm started typing, so the remaining characters will get disappear. So that is the help of hint. Okay, when I'm clicking reset button, so this both the entries should get empty. Okay, so this way you can do the operation using these buttons and on click listeners. Okay, so if I want to perform something different, I mean, so instead of clicking this button, so I want to put this, I want to redirect to some other activity. Okay, so how I can do? I need to write the intent. So local variable intent, new intent equals to new bracket. I need to pass this activity, the current activity, and the activity. So I need to create one more activity here. Then I need to put the start also. Intent and content. So let me do this. So I need to create one more activity first, so that I can say that I can redirect. Okay, go to project, click new, then creating activity. This I'll go with this basic activity. So then this second activity. Okay, so I need to go to second activity when I click this intent. So let me copy this. So it is showing some problem with this fragments loading. Fine. Intent right information. So activity, current activity is that main activity dot this and command, and what our second activity I need to go new intent activity. Intent. To start this, then second activity is that the second activity dot class. Okay. Fine. Semicolon, then I need to start activity. Let's start activity. Something went wrong. Yes. So I actually no. So I did a mistake. So I have used this capital letter S. So that's why it's showing error. Okay. So it's showing something else. So now this is clear. Okay. Let me put it in order. Okay, so you can see everything is in readable format. So when I'm clicking the submit button, okay, so I'm saying that so intent. This is what it is, second activity. So I think I have intent right. When I'm checking something, maybe got reflected. Yes. Right. So whatever intent I explained in the previous classes, same thing I'm trying to do here. Okay. So when I'm click the button, so I want to go to second activity. Okay. So this way you can do the intent and unclick listeners. Completed. Something. First I'll check this preset. Okay, this is working fine. And then submitting the second one. So when I click this submit, so it should go to the second activity which I have created recently. Okay. So we can see second activity. So this way we can redirect. Okay. So here we have one more thing. So directly we are going to second activity. Okay. But there is no use of going doing that way, right? So we can check the both the entries are filled or not. Okay. That we need to check. And then so one more thing. So that data I want to transfer to second activity. So how we can do that? Okay. So first we need to take this both the buttons values. I mean text box values. First name. Dot. So before that I need to give some. I need to declare some string. String. So, first name str. Okay, so first name str, second name str. Okay, so I have created local string. Now I'm trying to get the first name string equals to first name dot get text. Okay, and then it is showing that equal string dot to string. Fine. So whatever data we are getting, so whatever data we have in the first text, sorry, first name text box, that data we are getting in the string format, and that text we are assigning to the first name dot str. Okay. So this is a local variable, string variable I have created. So there I'm checking the validation. Okay. Actually, I need to take the second one also. Let me copy that. Okay. Second name. Okay. So for first name string I'm taking, and I'm assigning the first name string, and second name values I'm taking, and I'm assigning into the second name string. So now I need to check the length. So I need to check the validation. So how we can do the validation? So how to check the length in Java? So anybody knows how to check the length in Java for the particular string? Okay, simple method we have first name dot length. So by saying length, you can find the count. Okay, so first name dot length is greater than 4. So here we can do the validation. Okay. So when I click this button, I am taking this both the entries, and so I want to check the other condition also. Second name dot. So we can do separately, but I am doing in single. So I don't want to spend much time here, because we don't have more time. So first name and second name should be more than length should be more than 4 characters. Then only we're going to the next screen. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to do here. So if it is more than 4 characters, then we are going to the next screen. Else, what I'll do? So instead of putting some other messages, so I'm changing the text values only. So you can do individual so that it is easy. So I'm putting both the text. Okay, so we can show some messages also, but I don't want to do that now. So because of time constraints, saying that. So if it is not less than 4 characters, directly I'm saying that please enter the valid text for both the fields. Even one field is less than 4 also, I'm showing the same message, and I'm removing the existing data. Okay. So if it is more than 4 characters, we can go to the next activity. Okay. So I'm entering only 2 characters, and here I'm entering 4 characters, more than 4. When I'm submitting, so what we are expecting, if it is more than 4 characters, it should go to next activity. So if it is less than 4 characters, both the fields entries should remove, and it should show that. So please enter valid text. Okay. Yes. What we are expecting, the same thing is happening here. Okay. So now if you are trying to submit it now, so it will go to the next activity. Why? Because the characters are whatever condition we are checking now, so that is true here. See, now it is redirecting the other screen. Okay. So this way we can do the validation. So here I am checking this both the entries in the single condition. So similarly, you can check the single condition, and you can show the text messages. Okay. So instead of removing the existing text, you can mention the text messages. How we can do that, I will explain you in the tomorrow session. So because we need to discuss some alert boxes and all. So then there I will explain you the other stuff. Okay. So input events. Okay. So I already covered this event part. Event handlers. Okay. Event listeners. Yeah, we have on-click listener. Okay. So this we can discuss tomorrow. Okay. So button only on-click we discussed so far. So I'll show you these other examples also. Okay. And then we have this sorting button. So this one is by default we are getting. So this one no need to explain. Anyway, so this is what I want to discuss. So we have some more things I will explain you tomorrow. Okay. So far, any doubts, guys? So if you guys don't have any doubts, I'm done with the session. So we'll continue tomorrow. So from the events and how we can do other stuff. Okay, event listeners, we have a lot more things. So image buttons, how we can floating button, auto complete text. Okay, so this and I'll skip it. Radio group. Okay. Toggle text. Okay. Toggle button. This and all we can discuss tomorrow session. Okay. And mainly these spinners. Yeah, spinners itself it will take a lot of time. Fine. So anyway, we'll try to cover as much as we can tomorrow. Okay. And so we can show toast message also. So whatever we are trying to show the message, no, we can show the toast message, and you can also show this alert dialog also. Anyway, fine. So if you guys don't have sessions, I'm closing the session now. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't think. Okay, so I'm done with the session. So we'll meet at the same time, 4:30 tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. The recording for this session will be posted in the classroom soon. So you're all free to go.